Hello, 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 crafty friends. Good evening and welcome. This is Caron, your ATX Stampin' Lady. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin Up, and I'm here this evening to continue our 12 Days of Crafting series featuring the Stampin' Up's 2025 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. We have worked through day 1 through day 8. We're going to tackle day 9's offering today, and we're going to keep it really simple today. A really simple layout. Now, before I do that, I just want to recap for you some of the projects that we have created thus far with the 8 days of products that we have unveiled thus far. This is the card that we made day 1 using the stamp set and the die, which was in our day 1. Our day 2 card featuring the beautiful designer series paper. There were 12 sheets in the pack, 2 of each. 20 sheets, 20 sheets in the pack, 2 sheets each of 10 prints. So we focused on that. We utilized the dies again, as well as the designer series paper. Day 3, 4, this is what I call this one, day 3 and 4. It ultimately will be day 4, but I haven't created day 3 yet. I promised you I would, and I will. So day 3 day 3 were the gems, and then day 4 was the gold tinged cutouts that were provided on day 4. Day 5, we had a 4-piece stencil, which we utilized in this card. I'm sorry, yeah, that's day 5. Day 6 was this beautiful card featuring the puffy stickers that were included, the gems, and of course the sentiment. Day 7, we had another beautiful set of dies that were included in the kit. The I don't know, I guess I'm going to call them the gear shaped ones. I don't know what else to call them. And we utilized and incorporated the gems. We did a little bit of splattering and some triple time stamping. Day 8, we created this card, and day 8 was the twine, which we used. So we had the twines, the sentiments, the cutout, the dies, the gem, and the designer series paper. So we tried to use it all in day 8. Now, day 9 revealed some 3x4 card packs, similar to our Memories and More card pack series. And I shared those with you at the end of the day 8 video. So these are all 3x4 pieces. They are double-sided. Look at this one. Okay. I love both sides, so it'll be interesting trying to decide which piece and which pattern to use. And last is this one. So I've decided to use this piece in today's card. It is 3x4. I've decided to mat it with a piece of gray, basic gray cardstock. I'm sorry, I think that was gray granite, I think. And gonna just keep it very simple. So what I'm gonna do today with this 3x4 piece, this is directional, so I do have to, actually it's not. So I'm gonna have to be mindful of that. But what I've decided to do is to add a little bit of texture to this. And the way I'm gonna add texture is, I've seen this one before, I've not ever done it, is I have a piece of paper towel. I probably should add a little bit more pieces in here. And then I put it in a sandwich bag. What I am going to do is I am going to, and hopefully this works, I'm going to find my Versamark ink pad. Let me grab a piece of scrap because we're going to do a little bit of pouncing here. And hopefully we can do what it is I'm wanting to do successfully. I'm just going to use this. All right, so I'm just going to grab this paper, crush it up to give it some texture, dab it in my glue, and I'm just going to dab randomly. And I should have done the anti-static powder on this. Now, I don't know if anything got on here, but I'm hoping that it is. If not, we'll see that it didn't. And I'm going to grab my gold embossing powder. We're just going to pour it on here all over. Now, hopefully, and I say hopefully, our little pouncing produced some effect. It did. I don't know if I'm going to like that, but we did it. So let's get to using it and see what we find, okay? Let me, because I did not use the anti-static powder, we're just going to have to do a little bit of cleanup here. I don't always like everything that I create, but sometimes, you know, you give things just a shot, they surprise you. Now, I think the only thing that I'm looking at right now is the placement of where I pounced. I might have to go back and add a little bit more, but I don't want to completely block out the designer series paper. So this is why I kind of stopped and didn't add any more. All right, let's see what we get. Clean this up because I know I got embossing powder everywhere. All right, so let's grab our heat tool and see what we get. So here's the other thing I could have done with this. I could have embossed or pounced and stamped, added white heat emboss, and do a heat resist, emboss resist technique. All right, so here we go. We've added our little decorative elements. I'm not going to go ahead. I'm going to mat this on our piece of designer series, our gray granite. I normally mat in in black, but because of the colors in this cardstock or in this piece of paper, this 3x4 panel, I didn't want it to be so stark. So I went ahead with the gray as my matting element. And so I matted it with a 3 1/8 by 4 1/8 piece of cardstock. Mhm. Hold on, let's make sure we burnish that adhesive in. Perfect. And so here's the panel that we're working with, all right? Now I'm going to bring in a piece of my card base. I said this is going to be very, very simple today. Excuse me. And we're going to mount this right about here. But before we do that, make sure we position it because I need to know about where we're going to need to stamp our sentiment. And then I want to see if I can incorporate some of the embellishment elements as well. So let's take a look at our sentiments. We've done pretty much all of them so far. And we haven't done um, Love You. Let's go with Love You, right? I love this way of storing and organizing my storing my cardstock or my photopolymer inks. I'm going to leave myself about a quarter of an inch at the top, about a half an inch on both sides. Okay? And I'm just thinking about that in relation to placement. Okay? Grabbing a block. And normally I would emboss, but I'm not going to emboss my, oh no, that's not right. All right, that looks about straight. So I'm going to use, what ink am I going to use here? I'm conditioning it, adding a little bit of Versamark for conditioning purposes, and then I am looking for my Memento Tuxedo Black, or just, okay, we're just going to use Secret C. Secret C is our new black, right? And I'm just using this to help me, oops, with my, here we go. And then we knew we wanted this to be right there. Now, what is it that we say, trust once, stamp often, to make sure? Yeah, we will get a good stamp with that. All right, so here we go. And we are just gonna stamp our sentiment right here. No, we're not completely finished yet with this card. All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna mat this. I'm gonna use our ribbon we go. It's there somewhere. Hold on. It's always a little bit of a challenge for me sometimes finding the beginning of the twine. I know that's it though. But that could be the bottom. No, I think that's it right there. There we go. All right. So I'm going to wrap. Oh, that was at the top. So I'm going to wrap a couple times. And I'm going to use double-sided tape. To help me with this effort. Take Your Pick tool is one of my best friends, I swear. I have several that I keep just in my office. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but do you know that you can replace the head? There's a spatula head at this end as well. And there are some additional attachments. There's a brush head, and I can't remember what the other one was. I'll take a look at that and tell you. But I tend to use this pokey part a lot more than I use anything else. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to wrap a couple of times. And we're going to crisscross a little bit. Okay. Making sure that we have secured this. Okay. And that's the reason why I do that, the tape at the back, because I want to secure it so that I can wrap. I can have the opportunity to do that bow. And we're going to go ahead and fold that back on itself. And then we're just going to arrange the twine for it to be the way we want for it to be. Right? Give it a little spacing in here because we want to see that. And then I am going to add some dimension to this strip. I don't know where my... And one of the other reasons I make sure I use that is because, again, when you're adding your foam tape or your whatever you're using with foam, you don't want to add the extra awkward dimension in there. So that has to be securely fastened. I'm going to do exactly what I said I didn't want to do. How about we do this? I'm just going to trim it down. Add this right here. Because I want to avoid that extra bulk. Okay. Thank you for watching today, day 9. I hope you have enjoyed this card. It was really quick, and sometimes you just need a quick card. So again, remember, my starting point was a 1/4 inch down and about a 1/2 inch in. So that's where I'm going to attempt to put this back, and I think I did a pretty darn good job. Okay, So really, honestly and truly, that card is pretty much complete, but not so much. I could let that be the complete focus, but also in that we had these beautiful die cut elements that I think I want to incorporate in here somehow. And let's see. Oh, I think that butterfly will just disappear in there. So let me see what else we've got in here. I think I might use this flower. Hmm. I think if we use this butterfly, it's just going to disappear into, oh, and maybe just as a different pop of color, we could use this. Nah, that's a little out of place. So I think the best bet for us, where's a pink bow? I don't know. What do you think? I don't want to detract so much from there, but I want to add a little something extra. I'm going to put that one. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do that one. All right, so let's see how we're going to add our friend here. Because again, I don't want it to be the sole purpose for me is to cover that piece, kind of like a curtain that I can use to hide that little area right there. So if I do that, the point is to not, for me, is to not here we go. All right. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add our little heart right there. I like that. Okay. Now, we've got gems from day 3. Actually, nope. Again, I'm not a puffy sticker user, so I may as well use them while I'm crafting with crafting. So I'm going to add this flower here and um hmm, and that's it. What do you think of our day 9 offering? I love it. It's simple, and I've used several of the elements, and then I added the texture with the pouncing technique. I think it's beautiful, it's simple, and I would be proud to send it to anyone. So again, guys, this item is the 12 days of Advent of, I'm sorry, 12 days of crafting Advent calendar. It is currently, as of when I checked, I believe it was still available in our last chance items section. Last chance is where items go because they're either getting ready to be discontinued or they're in low supply. So if you do want to, if you do like the products that we have been creating from the 12 days of crafting Advent calendar, I would tell you not to hesitate to run over to my online store, shop to my online store, and add it to your cart immediately. Don't forget, today, the 10th of December, starts our 3 days of free shipping with a minimum $75 order. So this would be perfect for you to add to your cart. You would not pay any shipping, so it would be $99 plus plus tax. So again, the free shipping option promotion ends in 3 days, so it's the 10th through the 12th. Go ahead and add things to your cart. I believe also, if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, uh, kits, refills, and the add-ons are also available on sale today. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you do need to reach out to me at all, take a look at the top of the screen. My contact information is scrolling by. If you, and it's also available in the description box. So is my the link to my online store. Please enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are not a current subscriber, take a moment, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to share us with your friends and family so that they also can find us and share in our stamping joy. On that note, you guys, thank you so much for joining me again. I am Caron Bailey, the ATX Stampin' Lady, and I'll see you next time.